It was 11:58 p.m. when Emily Carter swiped her badge and exited the rear staff doors of Brookstone Medical Center. The fluorescent lights above flickered as she pulled her coat tighter around her slender frame. The December wind stung her cheeks. She waved at Mike, the janitor, on her way out. He nodded back and pushed his mop down the hallway. Emily never made it to her car. The next morning, her gray Honda Civic was still parked by the employee lot. Unlocked. Her phone sat in the passenger seat. Screen cracked. Her purse was gone. Her parents called the police by noon. Maple Hollow wasn't the kind of town where people disappeared. Neighbors left their doors unlocked. The biggest scandal had been a high school cheating ring 5 years ago. But now, Emily Carter, a nurse beloved for her warmth and work with terminal patients, had vanished. Detective Marcus Hale was called in. A former city cop, he had transferred back home after a burnout from a major missing persons case in Chicago. He didn't like loose ends. Emily's case already felt wrong. No forced entry. No signs of struggle. Just a missing woman and a parking lot camera that, oddly, wasn't working that night. The hospital had 3 surveillance cameras covering the lot. But when Detective Hale requested the footage, IT reported something strange. The files from 11 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. were gone. Just deleted. No power outage? Hale asked. None, the tech replied. Everything else is intact. Only that window. The footage vanished at exactly midnight. That sent chills down Hale's spine. He'd seen this kind of precision before. This wasn't an accident. Someone didn't want anyone seeing what happened to Emily. Mike, the janitor, was the last to see her. He remembered her smile, her usual exit. She looked tired, but fine. Just waved and left. Did she talk to anyone? Seem anxious? Mike shook his head. No, it was just a normal night. But Hale noticed something else. Mike kept glancing toward the east wing, the administration corridor, a place he had no business being near. Hale made a note. Emily's ex, Dr. Landon Grayson, was a surgeon at the hospital. Handsome, controlled, arrogant. They dated 2 years ago, broke up after rumors he cheated with another nurse. Emily had taken it hard. She was never over him, her friend Amy told detectives. Grayson said he had no idea where she could be, and that they hadn't spoken in months. But Hale wasn't convinced. Grayson had a reputation for more than infidelity. Whispers around the hospital spoke of angry confrontations, including one just weeks ago outside the break room. Emily had threatened to report something, someone said. Hale dug deeper. Emily had submitted a written request to HR on December 1st, just 2 weeks before her disappearance. But the file was missing, deleted. The HR director, a tight-lipped woman named Cheryl Lyons, claimed there was no record of any complaint. But a colleague confirmed. She told me she was scared, that someone was following her to her car. Now the deleted footage made even more sense. When Hale inspected Emily's locker at the hospital, he found a note taped behind a medical poster. It read, "If something happens to me, start with him. I was right. I have proof." There was no name, just him. And in the corner, a timestamp, 12/15, 12:01 a.m., the night she disappeared. Hale mapped the parking lot. Emily's car was parked in the darkest corner, just outside the camera's main range. The spot was coincidental, or convenient. One of the security guards, a man named Darren, said that employees often parked there to avoid door dings. But Hale noticed Darren's shift ended right before midnight. And Darren had just filed for bankruptcy. A week ago, he received a mysterious $8,000 deposit. Following the money trail, Hale traced the funds to an offshore account linked to Dr. Landon Grayson. The doctor denied everything. Coincidence, he said, sneering. You really think I'd pay off a minimum wage guard to delete footage? But the silence in his eyes said otherwise. Emily's best friend, fellow nurse Jenna, came forward. She had something Hale needed to see. She gave this to me the day before she disappeared. It was a key labeled B-Wing storage. The B-Wing had been closed for months, under renovation. No one used it. No one checked it. Until now. Hale and 2 officers entered the B wing. The air was stale. The floor was coated with dust. Down the corridor, the key unlocked a heavy metal door. Inside, a dim, windowless room. A chair, stains on the floor, rope, and Emily's purse. Blood on the chair matched Emily's DNA. There were fingerprints, 2 sets. One belonged to Emily, the other, Dr. Landon Grayson. They arrested him at the hospital that evening. Grayson cracked faster than expected. Not a full confession, but pieces. She wanted to ruin me, he spat. She was going to leak documents. Destroy my career. What documents? Hale asked. She said she copied files. About the patients he stopped. What did you do to her, Dr. Grayson? No answer. Just silence. Back at Emily's apartment, hidden beneath a floorboard, Hale found a USB. Inside, scanned medical records, whistleblower memos, and video logs. Emily had been compiling evidence of unauthorized surgeries, cases where Dr. Grayson had overridden consent forms for risky experimental procedures. 3 patients had died. The hospital had quietly paid off families. Emily knew. She had proof. She was going to expose it. Cheryl Lyons, the HR director, was arrested next. Turns out, she had helped delete the complaint and tipped off Grayson about Emily's file. She claimed she feared for her job and was just doing what she was told. She'd received a $30,000 bonus last month. Emily's mother, Susan Carter, held her daughter's scarf in her lap during the press conference. My daughter died because she tried to do the right thing, she said. Her voice cracked, but her eyes burned with fury. Now I want the world to know what they tried to bury. Grayson pleaded not guilty. His defense argued lack of a body, no motive for murder, and circumstantial evidence. But the jury didn't buy it. The USB, the bribes, the deleted footage, the secret room. It all painted a picture darker than anyone imagined. Then, 2 weeks into the trial, new evidence emerged. A construction worker discovered human remains buried behind the hospital's waste facility. Dental records confirmed Emily Carter. She had been moved, dumped, discarded. With the body confirmed, the charges escalated. Murder in the first degree, tampering with evidence, conspiracy to obstruct justice. Grayson was sentenced to life without parole. In her honor, the hospital renamed its terminal ward the Emily Carter Compassion Wing. The CEO resigned. Several staff members were terminated, and whistleblower protections were revised statewide. Maple Hollow would never be the same. For months, people left flowers at the parking lot. Murals were painted. Emily, who once quietly comforted dying patients, became the symbol of integrity in a corrupted system. Mike, the janitor, came forward. He had seen Emily argue with Grayson in the basement hallway that night, but he said nothing. He feared losing his job. He broke down in tears during an interview. I didn't help her. I should have. I didn't help her. In trying to protect his status, Dr. Grayson lost everything. He silenced Emily, but in doing so, gave her the loudest voice imaginable. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Emily knew the risks. She documented everything, trusted the right people, hid her evidence well. She paid the ultimate price. But because she spoke up, the truth came out. Emily Carter wasn't forgotten. Her story became a case study in hospitals across the country. Young nurses carried her name in lanyards. And every year on December 15th, her family lit a candle by the parking lot where she disappeared. A reminder that justice is not always swift, but with courage and truth, it can be inevitable.